With me in the studio to discuss this latest development regarding the new national minimum wage is the public affairs analyst Dayo Lomuwagun. Many thanks for joining us, Mr. Lomuwagun.
It's always my pleasure.
Indeed. Now the ball is at the court of the National Assembly, but there are a couple of provisos attached to the bill sent to the National Assembly and the Senate and House saying that the federal government, or the bill is silent on the 30,000 naira issue. What do you make of it?
So I think we have come a long way from 24,000 or 20 to now 27,000. But if you look at it critically, the provisions in that bill that is presented to the House, I think a few things is wrong with that for me. We're hearing that, you're facing 30,000 minimum wage for the federal government staff workers, while you're facing 27,000 for the state and the private sector. And there's also a proviso for people, organization offices with less than 25 people, staff. This is not applicable to them also. So you have challenges about that. And again, how are we suddenly moving away from 30,000 to 27,000? And even at that, we are hearing that the people that will benefit more is just maybe the very junior.
I want, before we even go into some of those nitty-gritty, just the general overview of the government seem as it were passing the ball now to the National Assembly.
Yeah, so I think it shows we're making progress as a country. It shows that the masses can demand, the workers can demand for what they want, and it shows that our leaders are maybe listening to some extent. But to what extent, what they have sent to the National Assembly, is that really what the workers are asking for? Can we get a better compromise, and so that I represent what exactly is worthwhile for the workers? So for me, if this is what we have been, the whole about minimum wage in the last 2-3 years, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, so what do you think would happen to those, like you rightly mentioned, those who receive above 30,000 naira, that they are not part of this largesse, as it were?
So I think that the worker union should begin to lobby the National Assembly. For me, something is wrong with this bill. You cannot be punishing me because I am making progress in my place of work, because I'm contributing and I'm entitled to promotion. Now, we go to the same market, we're in the same economy, so I got to be punished for, you see, they say there's no money, there's no fund to fund it. Some state cannot fund. Yes, I understand we should be realistic about it. We should see the earning capacity of the states and whether they can actually fund this or not. You see, but it will be mere stupidity or extreme insanity for the children in the house. You tell the children in the house, oh, we cannot serve. Just eat your rice without meat, without any protein on it. But the father of the house is put all kinds of protein, meat and fish and everything on his food, and is going into gluttony. So until we address certain issues. So if you say there's no money, and the masses, the worker, they actually say that there's no money in the economy, you see, maybe they will understand. But to the extent that we have a government flying private jets around, to the extent that we have all kinds of over-bloated expenses of government, and you cannot cut it down, and the masses, the poor people should be the ones to be punished for the greediness of the greedy.
Do you think the problem is lack of money or the issue of governance? Because in over 2 years, 1.8 trillion naira were given to state governors, and quite a lot of them couldn't stay pay salary. In about 12 states, secondary school teachers are being owed up to 18 months. Midwives, over 10 states, about 10 months' salary is being owed. Is it the case of lack of money or just the issue of governance?
You see, for me, again, I think it's pure issue of governance. When you have governors in the country that are practically emperors of their state, and you cannot even no accountability in some cases, and if you go and see the expense of government. So, for example, I give you one. You go to, you want to do capital expenditure, we welcome that. It should not, all your money should not be going to recurrent expenditure. We understand. But if the people, the worker that are doing the work...
No. The Paris refund was given to them purely to offset salaries areas, not to go into capital expenditure. You still get whatever, the mega you get from FAC, then you can put that into some capital project and all that. That is understandable. We know that, and even every month they subtract something from their amount, from what they get from FAC to pay the debt, to offset the debt that they might have gotten from FAC or from CBN based on some capital project. But basically, the Paris Reform Fund was specifically for offsetting salaries, not to run the state.
But what do we have today? Some states are still owing. And if you go to the payroll of those states, many states have not employed anybody into the civil service in the last couple of years. And so many people have been retired. So many people have been laid off and all that.
And the wage bill remains the same.
Constant, or it's even going up, and you cannot explain it. You see, so you cannot pass the inefficiency of government. You cannot pass the greediness and the corruption of government on the people. It will not be acceptable. You see, workers are ready to dialogue to the extent that they think you are sincere, to the extent that it is the general interest of the people that is in your heart, yes. But if we see excesses here and there, if we see you mismanaging our resources, I mean, it's a commonwealth. We also have a right to that commonwealth.
Okay, so be that as it may, if this bill is passed the way it is given to the National Assembly, what do you think will happen to the productivity of the workers?
You see, it's sad. You ask people to live on 27,000. For me, 27,000 and 30,000 is not different. Even the 30,000 we're shouting about, we're crying about. Go to other climes. Even in South Africa here, the people are paying as much as over 100,000. Go to your neighboring country and see what happens. Now, if we are producing oil in this country, and every year you hear this parastatal say, oh, we have generated over 1 trillion. The other one say we have generated over 2 trillion. And you wonder where the money is going. So until we address the fundamental issue of governance, of corruption, of accountability in government, we will always come back to this point. You see, I give you, the productivity will not be there. People are kind, there's no productivity. You want me to go to work with an empty stomach? A hungry man is an angry man, for God's sake. So until we are sincere. So I think the National Assembly, we do what is right. This bill as it is, it's not needful to pass it. Now you say there's no money. Just come. The election is just a few weeks from now, and you will know there's money in this country. You will see your governor who wants to stay in power. You will see people who want to, cling to power. See how they will spend money, and you wonder where that money has come from. You see, it's in this country that you see after a few months or a few years that a person becomes a governor, he becomes a billionaire also.
Yeah, we have to go now, but does it bother you that even these governors seem to be unperturbed, even by the threat coming from the NLC, that no 30,000 naira, no vote? They seem to be calling their bluff.
Yeah, because they are emperors on their own, and it's sad. If these are the representative of the people, and now you are too powerful more than everybody. But I bet you this template is not sustainable.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Many thanks for coming on TVC News, Dayo Lomuwagun. We appreciate that.